across this video and you have a single mother venting about her kid's father. It's unfortunate because this is something that we see often. Single mothers, I was a single mother. We make bad choices with the men, and then when the responsibility of the child comes into play, we hold these expectations believing that they are going to do right, when the truth is they never proved themselves to be accountable, responsible in the first place. Check this clip out.
How did I have children with someone who doesn't want to see me do well? Like, doesn't want to see me do well, don't want to help with his kids. The only saving grace that I have is the fact that I get a pretty good lump sum of child support. And even then, I waited 2 years of him doing absolutely nothing. He didn't have a job and all of that. He decided to leave me at 7 months pregnant with our second child. I have 2 children in total. Both children are with him. He left me at 7 months pregnant, basically like he left, to fend for myself. And he went out and, got another pregnant, and it was just a whole bunch of stuff going on. I could definitely write a book, and I'll probably do a story time on that whole situation. But this video is not for that. This video is just to vent because, he commits to say, okay, I'm going to come this weekend to come get the kids. And then my daughter calls him this morning off her cell phone, and she's like, hey, are you still coming to get us this weekend? Oh, well, I can't come get y'all Friday, but I can come get y'all Saturday. You've already committed to getting them. How do you know I don't have anything to do? Which I do. I own a transportation company. I am booked. I have a client on that day all day from 3 o'clock to like 11 or 12 o'clock. There's no way, like, you have to get your kids, So I'm like, okay, if you can come Saturday, at least just come by 1, because that's when I have to be gone. I have to leave the house. I'm going to come whenever I want to come. Like, what the wrong with him? Like, this nigga is remarried. He does come to my door sniffing. He's not happy there, but he gets a free ride with, like, she allows him to cheat on her, do whatever he want to do, and she take care of him. Listen. He got it made with that stupid, you know what I'm saying? He got it so made with her. He know he can't come to my house and do that. And I don't even want him anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, all I want is for him to take care of our 2 children. That's all I want. And it just seems like it's like pulling teeth. And then it's like, it doesn't matter about my schedule, what I have going on, especially if it's to support our children. He doesn't care. It's like he gets off on making my life an inconvenience, like making things an inconvenience, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, how the I have 2 children with somebody who don't want to see me do well. And I take full responsibility because I decided to do this twice with him, and it's just like, how the did I get in this situation with this stupid, like, I don't get it. I don't understand.
If you are a single mother and you are dealing with this, it is important that you know what burden you are supposed to carry. Because oftentimes what we see is most women, feel the need to not only carry the burden of being a parent, but also they carry the burden of the father being accountable, being responsible to his kids. And so we have to know what burden is ours to carry. And I also would like to apply the fact that she admitted that, she messed up. Like, she admitted she messed up twice. Most women won't just say that. Most women won't hold themselves accountable. And I believe, when we start at least just acknowledging, okay, I messed up. It's okay. It don't mean, we supposed to just kind of live and, woe is me because I'm a single mother. Like, no, you admit that, okay, I made a bad choice. I made bad decisions. What can I do to move on from this? What can I do on my part, even when he's not doing his part? Something that I also want to address. I know that she said that her daughter will call him and he will, tell her one thing and then change his mind. This is something we have to be very mindful of too. If you know he's giving the kids false hope, you have to be intentional in guarding their hearts. You have to be intentional on that. You know, it's no different if there's a sex scene on TV and what you do. You make them close their eyes or, you know, whatever. The same applies in that. Because oftentimes we just think that the father is an exception. And he's not. Especially if he's just constantly lying to the kids. And this is where we can get in our feelings. Because if we see, you know, our kids hurt, if we see them being disappointed, we gonna get in our feelings and stuff about it. And so it's just best to set boundaries. And I also will say that we have to be real with our kids too. You know, if they are about 6 and under, of course they're not going to understand. But what I'm saying is if they are over 6 years old, you want to be direct and tell them the truth. It doesn't mean that, you know, you have to bash him or anything like that. But you just let them know, whatever your daddy tell you, take it with a grain of salt. And so what can a single mother do that's dealing with this situation? How can she handle it when he's irresponsible? The first thing I will say is don't completely close the door for him. Meaning don't keep him from his kids. But what you want to do is make him come to the door. Don't go out of your way for him. You allow him to come to the door. If he want to see them, he will have to see them. If he want to get them, he will have to get them. If he want to talk to them, he will have to call them. If it's the kid's birthday and he say he's coming, take it with a grain of salt. You see, that's not the burden we were made to carry. That's the burden that he's supposed to carry. That way you don't allow yourself to just be moved emotionally. You won't be moved emotionally. And I get, you know, you have, you know, people, they just see hope. They see hope in everything. They see hope in everyone. But everyone can't be trusted. Stop depending on the father. Stop depending on the father. If you know that he's always changing up, he's always making things an inconvenience for you, do yourself a favor and stop depending on him. And I know if you're thinking, well, Jordan, you know, all single mothers don't have that privilege. He's the only one that can help right now. Like, we have to stop being so needy. Like, we have to stop being so dependent upon someone who really don't have the capacity to be responsible. And this is no excuse for them, but I'm saying, like, you will just constantly keep finding yourself pulling teeth. And I guarantee you this. If you take him completely off the table as an option, you will be able to see the help you've been limiting. But many women don't get to that point because they are still in cahoots with the father. They still sleeping around. The mother still want them. But what I'm saying is it just complicates things even more. Many women don't get to that point because they still want the father. You know he's not dependable. Take him off the table. And then lean in to some friends, maybe a coworker, maybe family, someone. You will be able to see the help that you can get. You will have peace, but you also have to be intentional about maintaining that peace. But the moment you let your guard down, when you start depending on him, you let your guard down. When they see that you are no longer, you ain't calling him, you ain't texting him, you know, you ain't bugging him, none of that about his kids. Oftentimes what they'll do, they'll start reaching out more because they see you're not bothered. Like when they see like you really don't care no more, like it is what it is, oftentimes that's when they'll do right. But even if they don't, even if whether they do or don't, you still have to do your part. If this video has helped you, let me know in the comments. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys on the next one.